are live.
We are live.
We are live.
We done it.
We done it. Yes. We have done
Did I
the
pick that up
live.
from you?
Yes.
I'm trying to say spicy gamer words.
No spicy gamer words.
I don't know what that means. I don't know if I want to know what that means.
Spicy gamer words are the gamer words that will get you banned.
Oh. Yeah, no, let's avoid those. Nope.
No, we're not playing this game.
Some examples are...
Hey!
But
Bleep, bleep,
banned.
bleep, and...
Pee
bleep?
Bleep.
Pee poop. You're gonna get banned now.
Give this one more try. My name is Ultima. I am power both ancient and unrivaled.
Wow.
I do not bleed.
What?
Wow.
Or I am but strength given
Oh.
form.
Wow.
Oh.
I don't remember the ultimate.
Sounds pretty misogynistic.
Pretty much, guys, is Yark. Such devastation.
No.
This was not my intent.
I'm going to stab you.
Do you truly believe in Eorzea?
Please stop. I am kind of sad that roulette is going away. It was a great way to do chores while also getting experience.
Wasn't it gonna stay? Just it's a dungeon now.
No, you can do a trust through it. Like you don't even have to queue for it anymore.
Mm.
Oh damn.
Yep.
There goes my easy way of poetics.
Yep. Gotta do actual content now.
Can I slow him?
A boss? Probably not.
Yeah. Well, there are some bosses in this game that are susceptible to stuff like that.
They're very few and far between.
Ah, stop did not work, but slow did.
Oh, okay.
So I will take it. Because he was pretty thoroughly kicking my ass earlier.
That was a pretty good edit.
What?
Of
What have you done?
You can just. It's a pretty good edit. Not gonna lie.
Of what?
I DM'd you.
Oh.
It's a 6-second video.
Oh no, I can't watch that while I'm streaming. It'll have noise.
Well, you can just mute it.
Possibly. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that was pretty good.
Nope.
All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all situated and ready to do things?
Yeah.
Things are ready to be done.
Gaming.
I'm in a boss fight right now, but I'm just about ready. I'm either going to die or I'm going to win soon, so.
Succeed.
One way or the other.
Those are kind of the only options, aren't they?
The hell are you playing that on?
It's the Pixel remaster.
Well, Steam says you're offline.
What?
Yeah.
You
Illegal.
can get disconnected from the Steam servers.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Steam
friend
says
was
you haven't been online on the Friends for like a week.
There.
Wow.
Are you happy now? It should say I'm online.
Oh, it's 6. Okay. I just want to know which one you were playing.
Nah, it's all good.
Oh, I forgot about that change that we made. Okay.
I have
Eh?
right to
What
find it.
change?
We modified my level 14 subclass thing, whatever you want to call that, right?
Oh, we're not on. Okay.
When I use Warden's Rage to become the target of an attack, I can make a melee weapon attack against the attacker as part of the same reaction, and as long as I'm within 5 feet of an ally, that ally gains temporary hit points equal to the damage dealt by this attack. If the ally is Callista, you may expend a usage of your rage to have her gain twice as many temporary hit points.
No.
I forgot that we did.
Oh yeah, don't you know?
We did some cool stuff like that. I don't remember what mine is, and I'm too lazy to look it up right now.
Wow.
I'm tired.
Who isn't?
Yeah, really.
I was thinking about going to bed before I realized it was D&D today.
I was in bed. What are you talking about? I was napping.
Jeez. Sounds like we were all ready to skip D&D.
Well, we're all here, so now you don't get out of it.
I had work
was here
today.
On time for it. I was ready and pumped.
I was actually still on time. I was surprised. But
I got my Red Bull. I got my big bag of Funyuns. I am set.
Funyuns and Red Bull.
Fuck yeah.
Jesus.
The blueberry Red Bull.
Diet of Champions.
wait, they have
Because I'm
flavors?
so. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they came out with a bunch of different flavors. I like the blueberry the best just because I like blueberry flavor. All Red Bull tastes like, well, bull piss to me.
Yeah.
Not bull's milk?
No, not
for
like
fuck's
Bull's-
sake.
No.
Bull's milk is creamy and slightly
Oh my
chewy.
god.
Oh my god.
Can
With
we-
that protein texture?
Can we just
Not.
Can we just not?
I'm an agent
Can
of
we
chaos.
just not?
Yeah, you are.
I am officially striking Bull's Milk from the canon.
No!
Never. It'll never happen.
It's already done. I have stricken it from the canon. Bull's Milk never occurred.
Bull's Milk Cannon.
Especially considering the character that was even
Involved with
remotely
that?
close to canon just instantly disappeared the moment it happened. So,
Yeah.
you know,
It's gone.
even more so not canon at all.
It's
So-
canon like a hazy dream.
I also I found out
Mm.
that starting a new owlbear each time is actually recommended.
Oh, okay.
For them internet securities.
No. For less of the black circle tokens and wonky map issues.
Mm.
Does that mean I need to leave the one that I'm in already?
You don't have to leave it. Just join the new one.
So, where is
Info.
Fine.
Inferiosecure.
The URL is sex.
Apparently.
Literally, URM sex_WG. Holy fuck.
What's good? Sex, what's good? Jesus.
What the fuck?
Sex, what's good?
Oh man.
Can that be our battle cry?
No.
How about not? How about not?
How about absolutely no?
Oh my gosh, it'd be so much fun.
No.
Mhm.
Can we have music?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yay.
URM sex.
Oh.
I was supposed to have my Discord bot ready, but I don't have it ready, so hey. I also don't have permissions to have that bot in this server, so
Able to invite it. Unless, well, is it a private bot? Is that what the issue?
him.
Words.
Yes, it is a private bot. Because I disabled the public bot pieces, whatever the fuck.
It's yours? You're hosting it?
Yes.
Oh.
It's hosted off my PC.
Well, then we work together to get it set up. Ish no biggie. Oh, all the dice. Alright, I got my notepad. I wrote a lot last session. Okay, we already figured out it's episode 18, which means we're legal now.
Wow.
What?
Which playlist do I want?
Go with Swedish death metal. Hard to go wrong.
That is
That's a
definitely not
mood.
copyright free.
I don't know if that's on the non-copyright sounds playlist,
Yeah, that's
there, bud.
kind of a
Something-
specific
I'm sure
sound.
there's something on like SoundCloud or something. It'll be fine.
I mean, you're probably right, but also,
The issue with SoundCloud. I don't
but
know,
also
man.
it's fucking SoundCloud.
Yeah,
right?
just because
Right.
it says non-copyright doesn't mean that it's actually gonna.
Yeah, sadly.
Users uploading their own shit.
Behold,
Ali has started streaming. Click to listen. Oh, it's gone.
Wait,
No,
did
I got
okay,
debated.
did.
I got debated.
Sorry, it's back. There you go.
Got a hard debate.
Yay!
Nice.
I had to make
Musics.
sure I clicked the share audio checkbox.
Yes.
Otherwise, you would have clicked it and there would have been nothing. There once was music, but now there is only dead silence. Womp womp.
Where's my? There it is.
Your thingy jiggy?
Oh.
Thingy jiggy jiggy thingy whoosy what's it?
Hizzy, what's it?
A weird name.
Whoozy what's it?
Who's he, what's it?
Heffalumps and woozles?
Oh.
Is that a new familiar option?
What?
Pouncy.
Familiar option. Do you want a Heffalump?
I don't know.
Are you
He
a
doesn't
fan
know-
of the Heffalumps and the
He
Woozles?
doesn't know what those are, does he?
That's a good question. Does Bounty know what a Heffalump or a Woozle is?
No.
Oh.
That's
Wait,
what I thought.
wait.
I'm looking it up.
Did you legit say no?
He said
I
no.
legit said no.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
From Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
Yes.
Why would I know what that is? Why is that?
Because
such a...
Winnie the Pooh is a timeless children's classic.
So
I
no
didn't
worm
watch
tonight.
Winnie the Pooh.
Not to mention, the Heffalump and Woozle movie came out probably in the time period of where you were a child. So, like,
No worm tonight. No worm is resting. He's
the worm is resting.
She overdid her worm.
yes. For anyone not understanding the joke, I was the hive worm for April Fools. I changed the model to where I was not the anime girl. I was the hive worm from Destiny.
Oh.
Everyone was very confused.
It's the new model.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very wormy.
He's not dissing Winnie the Pooh pens. He's just
Ignorant of Winnie the Pooh.
that's the word. Yeah, I need to learn to calibrate in that other program a little better. So the issue with the worm was that if I smiled at all, it would start winking,
Yes.
and I'm kind of bad at keeping a neutral face. So the whole stream is just like wink, 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 wink.
Most of the time, she was laughing, and his eyes were just straight up closed, except for his middle eye. His middle eye
Yeah.
was open, and then his two side eyes were closed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Avatar seems to be having a stroke.
I was just trying to get by some secret message.
It was Morse code.
Morse code in blinks.
Wasn't there a guy that? Never mind. We don't need to derail like that.
Oh no.
Derail. We haven't even gotten on the rails.
I know. Can we please get on the rails?
I cast Fireball.
Cast firebolt on what?
The rails.
The ground.
The rails?
The rails.
Ground? In the middle of the meeting room with the captains? Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm sure.
This sounds
sure
like
they
a
would
bad
love that.
plan.
Or the shit pit. I mean, we could take our pick.
I mean,
Any option.
there's
There's
no
no
shit
shit
pit here. There is no shit pit here.
There could
Not
be.
yet.
Oh god.
I mean, you're very right. There definitely could be, but like, there's not currently. So
Yeah, not yet.
Well,
definitely not. I'm not even gonna say yet because just there is not a shit pit. It does not exist.
Way to cool off the team's simmering temptation.
6. I'm gonna giggle every time I look at that fucking URL.
Well, don't worry, because there'll be a new one next game.
On
Find
the
out what
next
sick-
episode. Yes.
Find out what sick shit it is next time.
Find out how many times Goku's friends can worry about his death in a single episode next time on Dragon Ball. That's how I felt watching through the original Dragon Ball. Every episode was just all of his friends. Oh my god, no, Goku! Oh, he's kicking ass! Oh no, Goku! Like 3 times in a row.
Pretty much.
Oh,
The 5-minute Namek destruction is still infamous in my.
Do you know what 5 minutes is?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you sure about that?
the
Yeah.
period of time that passes.
I love the abridged series.
Yep.
Question:
All right.
Do you have a watch? Do you know what a minute is? I don't think you do.
Okay, well, anyway. probably play some D&D.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, maybe.
It's an idea,
Might
at
be.
least.
might be cool.
Could be fun.
I guess I'll get my dice out.
So, y'all have to go with your new best friend in the whole wide world, Cher,
Mm.
to repair some assumed barrier shit going on here,
Yes.
because the party is, very well versed in barriers.
Are
What the
we?
fiddle fuck just happened?
Looks like you left.
Yeah, apparently. Does that mean I have to redo my music?
No pens. Her name is Cherkovsky. See, Pens will probably actually understand that joke. Unlike Bounty, who did not.
Is that dude? What? No, you know what? I'm stopping that, and we're just gonna redo it entirely because I didn't know I could double that up. Okay, that should be good. You have to redo your audio, but the music should be there. You know. So yeah.
Yeah.
Talking to the captains, figured out that, there's barrier stuff going on, and you and your best lady friend in the whole wide world are going to go fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, I believe Yanwick and Astrid are to assist in the actual English is hard repair
Yes.
of said things.
And I'm tagging along because I'm not leaving my sister.
I don't think it was me.
Was it not you with the intelligence roll? Is it Jacob? I thought you rolled high on your intelligence.
Thought it was. Let me check.
I don't think I even rolled.
What?
Yeah, no, my intelligence is pretty garbage. I don't think I would have willingly.
I think you
volunteered for that.
asked if anybody had a 15 or higher.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was asking if their flat intelligence was 15 or higher.
Was that what it was? Yeah, mine
Yeah.
is 15.
Yeah.
Yep. So it is Yanwick.
Although
I
he did
didn't
not actually
misremember.
he didn't actually volunteer. He just
was
stated that
voluntold.
his was.
Yeah. He was voluntold.
Oh, see, I was
Voluntold.
assuming that the input was that he wanted to assist. But he doesn't have to assist. He can just be you and Astrid. That's fine with me too.
I could go. I'm a lucky guy. I'm sure I can get something done.
Well, I
Especially
mean,
if
you're
we
all
get
going.
split.
Yeah, no, we're all going. You're just the ones that are going to do the actual work.
Everyone's going because leader of military said, you all just go together.
Captain Prime.
Clot.
Captimus Prime. I mean,
Yes.
I was going to make the same joke.
so yeah. You all follow Cher out of this meeting room, and she leads you to twisty-turny corridors to this place that's like situated deep in the center of this fortress building. And she opens up the door, and there's this room that is very unassuming in any way, shape, or form. It looks like a completely empty room with a pedestal in the center that maybe looks like there's some kind of stuff just for input.
Okay.
Cher, do you want to take the reins here?
Yeah, I was just multitasking for a second. Off topic, real quick. Does Hero Forge work on a cache system, or is it going to be fine if I leave it sitting for a couple hours?
Yeah, you can leave it sitting.
yeah.
I have like 20 random models made.
Okay, I just wanted to check to make sure I didn't have to keep from timing out. That's all, because I forgot to do it. Okay, so walking into the room, there is a small terminal in the middle that just has a couple of lights on it. There's a some kind of form of paperwork in a binder strapped onto the side, and then there's just a little gated section with a little glowing receptacle in it, and that's all you guys see when you walk in. And then for the briefest of moments, after Cher reaches down and grabs her pistol for a moment, you all get the sense that something is happening, but you don't know you don't know for sure what's happening. And it almost sounds like you can hear wind out of nowhere, but then just as quickly it's gone. And then you look down, and the floor is transparent. And there's a very large area that is full of machinery and gadgetry and all sorts of work that you take one look at and go, oh, I wouldn't want to break that.
Mm-hmm.
Or the opposite for me.
That's why you're not allowed to touch anything.
And then at another section of the floor, you see a hatch has now appeared, which Cher walks over to, promptly opens up, and there's a ladder leading down inside. And she points to Astrid and Callista and said, okay, you two with me, and the rest of you, hell, I don't know, go ask if someone needs help with something.
Callista's gonna look at Astrid and go, I didn't volunteer for this.
Jacob just kind of looks around, baffled.
Astrid's gonna give just a half shrug and say, well, you can wait up here if you want to, and start walking towards the ladder.
Callista's going to roll her eyes and trudge after Astrid.
All right.
So descending down into the very busy room while going down the ladder, Cher calls up above her in Infernal to Astrid. I almost mixed the two of you up. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh well, at least I'm not alone there. While descending the ladder, calls up to Astrid saying, okay, so I'm a reasonable woman. I know that there's not a lot of incentive for you to simply help out for the sake of helping. So in return for helping you with this, I can tune your weapons to you so that you can actually use them correctly. Because I'm guessing since you just got here, you kind of just stumbled into having them and don't know what to really do with them.
Astrid gets down to the bottom of the ladder and turns around and faces Cher and sort of smooths her clothing and everything from going down the ladder. Makes eye contact. And just there's this very slight imperceptible nod in her head. She's eyeballing you. Not untrustworthy written on her face, but like suspicious, a little skeptical even, but
Upon seeing the look she at, oh sorry,
it's okay, go ahead.
Upon seeing the look, she asked her, have you ever seen one of the weapons in a released form?
Callista is going to finish climbing down the ladder, hop down, brush herself off, look at Astrid and go, what now?
I'm gonna look back at Cher and say I'm not positive, but we did get a demonstration from the what are they called? Soul
Kisuke.
Kisuke.
Soul Reapers?
Shepherds.
Soul Shepherds. Yes.
Kisuke, it would make sense that you could see his. His is still in development, we'll say. For most of the weapons, you would probably just see a hazy mirage and not really get what's going on. I can explain the specifics whenever we get to that. Right now, we need to look at whatever's wrong here so that we don't have another outbreak somewhere that there shouldn't be one.
Right. Fix the barrier.
Well, hopefully fix the barrier, because the way it was designed, it should be largely autonomous, which is why anyone can do the maintenance on it.
All right. So how do we
Because all I have to
troubleshoot
do-
this beast?
So, we're gonna go over here to this little area over here, and she points to a nondescript area that it kind of all looks the same to you, so it's whatever. But there's, you notice that there are more wires and components all converging to a central area. And as you get closer, you hear a hum that gets, it's not loud per se, but you can feel it in your very being the closer you get to it. You can tell it's a very strong power source.
Okay.
And as you draw closer, Cher says, "Do not touch that. You will literally be dissipated into nothingness."
Cool.
I want to interject here. Cher, you alone would notice in this this energy, this thrumming energy that's kind of permeating everything, there is something missing from said energy. Something that had been a primary thing for this generator has been removed and or broken.
Not saying anything. Oop, I just dropped a dice. Not saying anything yet, but noting the discrepancy, she points to a nearby section, to Astrid and says, "I just need you to stand here for right now, and when I tell you to push this sequence of buttons," and she demonstrates a short sequence that just makes something up, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just need you to push that so I can release the seal over the converter grate.
Roger that. I will walk over and I will stand at attention, right exactly where she told me to be, in a very over-exaggerated and dramatic manner.
Callista is going to salute Astrid very jauntily.
Glancing over, she says, "Yeah, even if you hadn't told me, I could have told. This alone would have told me you two are related." Sure.
Only a little.
I need the three of you to make me a perception check.
Oh no!
Are we gonna explode down here? Am I gonna die?
Doubtful.
Oh. Let's see.
What's my
Perception?
thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 12.
15.
This is just a standard D20 plus 9.
Plus your
Perception, yeah.
modifier.
Oh, why can't it be investigation? I'm good at those ones.
Yeah, same.
I'll go ahead and use a flash of inspiration just because, so that my roll can be a 17.
Okay. None of you notice anything in particular.
Oh, I hate that.
Okay.
Oh
Right.
boy.
Still standing, waiting. I'm actually, now that Cher's not watching me, I'm craning my neck to try to see what she's doing where I can't see. When she
Callista's
turns
also
back to
going
me,
be watching while
I'm gonna stop looking nosy. But I'm trying
Claire
to figure out
just
what she's doing.
She just takes a couple tools out from her belt and removes the fastenings for a section of the machinery where most of things are converging to. And then there is the start of a beeping sound, at which point she looks over and says, okay, push those buttons now, please.
I push all of the buttons, and on the very last button, I do it with a very dramatic flourish and sort of wave my hand around behind me a little bit.
Callista is going to fall to her knees and genuflect at Astrid's amazing prowess in pushing buttons.
Dear Lord.
Your act is received with a very strong roll of the eyes.
Good.
I'm having a good time. I don't give a shit.
Same.
At which point the beeping stops and the grate that was in front of the converter piece opens, and Cher immediately says, shit.
Astrid is immediately serious, and all pretense is gone as she looks at Cher and says, what's wrong?
I don't like the word shit. Shit what?
So, glossing over a lot of knowledge that goes into this, just fundamentally breaking it down, this is a conversion process right here that is converting one source of energy to another in order to power this.
Okay.
Okay.
The way that the maintenance is so accessible to people is because it's very simple. They just write down the color whenever they swap out the piece that's up above. And it should be either clear or white.
All right.
This is gray going on black. There is something that has either damaged something, or there's an actual corruption in the power source itself. And if it's the latter of those options, let's hope it's not the latter of those options. We'll
Yeah,
just say that.
Doesn't sound very good at all.
And given the training that I had, becoming familiar with just about every kind of material that's known to this realm, this is not from here. Whatever caused this. So,
Here, as in
The
this
guy who
area,
sent
or
you
this
here-
realm entirely?
this realm entirely. So, whoever that person who sent you here, whether it actually is the Soul King or just some powerful entity, I don't care.
I roll.
His hunch seems to have been on the mark. Is there a way that you guys are able to contact him at will? Or does he just kind of keep an eye on things?
I don't know.
or-
Listen, sometimes if we start talking shit, he just appears, but there's no method to it whatsoever. We don't control it at all. That's pretty much what it comes down to. We can try.
It's almost as if some sort of outside source decides to butt in whenever he decides to.
True.
I mean, I could just start yelling at Death for not letting Ippo come with us again.
True. And demanding that date still happens eventually at some point.
Yep.
Maybe he'll appear if we do that.
We're gonna make flowers.
I'm going to complain that Death never offered me any tea while I was in his domain. Very
What's with
unhospitable.
that? Nor any cookies.
God damn it. No cookies.
No cookies, no tea.
What a bitch.
I don't think that anything is happening.
Yeah, I don't think Death is coming. I'm sorry.
It was worth a shot.
Hmm.
As any kind of additional insight into what this is would have been wonderful. But as it
Yeah,
stands,
he's kind of one of those, there's a problem here, you figure it out, that's your job, gotta go by.
So,
Difficult to find the solution to something that isn't native to a particular realm, but
really
whatever,
quick,
that
just
sounds good.
for clarification, was it the machinery itself that's generating the barrier that is from another realm, or the stuff that is powering said machinery that is from another realm, or both?
There is
Well, they're
something.
both from this realm. There's something that has corrupted it.
The corruption or
Oh.
whatever is causing the fuck up is foreign.
Right.
Got it.
It's basically a semi-fluid system.
Okay.
Which is visibly infused with some sort of energy.
Okay.
And as she said, it's normally a particular color, and it's not that color. There is something that has been added, and has offset the balance of power to whatever ratio. You know?
All right.
A
So
ghost
some
flooded the machine. is
Yeah,
what it-
Ghost got in the machine. You got it.
Perfect.
The-
Yay! I did it.
the stuff that's colored though, that's the stuff that's powering it, or that's just the fluids that are in the machine themselves.
The
Little
fluids
column A,
power the
little
machine.
column B.
Okay. It's the hydroponics. I got it. Okay.
More or less ish. Kind of, sure. More
So-
more similar to like a steam generator.
Do you think can we
Oh,
somehow flush the system?
I just realized I rolled a D12, not a D20 on the perception check.
Oh no.
You done fucked up.
Oh goodness.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Kinda
Yeah.
similar.
can we flush it? Is there some sort of purification for this that you know of? Have you seen this before?
Hurry, break out the magnifying glasses. We need to find footprints.
Right.
So, I can answer that last one by saying no, this has never happened before. The other questions are the answer to which are a little more complicated because the power source itself was developed in tandem with someone else. I built most of this barrier system, but the power system I only helped with. And
Okay,
the
so where's this other person?
individual who did. He has been missing for a week.
A week,
Oh, well, that doesn't line up perfectly, now does it?
right?
So, while he is known to periodically just wander off for a period of time, it's usually only for a couple of days, so a week is a little bit out of the ordinary, but the rest of the captains have decided that it's not that big a deal. They'll probably wander back when they feel like it.
You feel like
Well, it is now a big deal that they are not here.
Right.
So, Cher puts the panel back over where she had removed it from and motions back up to the overhead room. And starts climbing the ladder back out.
All right. I will follow.
I want to give a once over, kind of trying to see if I can detect anything. I know I won't understand the technology or anything, but can I, like, is there anything that seems off? Is there like a feeling to the room
Make me an
before I
insight
head
check.
back up? Insight check? Okay. Cocked. Okay. Insight. Ooh, 19.
Oh boy. So, with a 19 insight,
Mm-hmm.
you've been down here for
Mm-hmm.
I don't know 4 or 5 minutes now, and you've been kind of just taking in this sort of thrumming energy, this hum.
Yeah.
and you don't know what it means or what the hell is coming out from it.
Mm-hmm.
But within this sort of hum energy, there is what is akin to a high-pitched squeal.
Okay.
Sort of like if
Like
gears were
distressed?
jamming somewhere.
Okay.
Like I said, it means almost nothing to you, but you know it's
Mhm.
there.
All right. So there's something wonky. Okay.
There is definitely something fucky.
All right. Callista's gonna frown, glance over everything to see if she can see the source, and obviously fail to do so, and head back up.
Astrid's looking down, wondering where her sister is that was right behind her, and sees the frown on her face as she comes back up. What's wrong?
I'm gonna stop her before she goes up, and I'm gonna pop out of the shadows and say, "What's up?" I notice you look distressed.
There's
You didn't
Something-
even go down.
that's what you think.
There was a
Then he
perception.
needed to make a stealth check.
He did.
No, he did.
He did.
That's why we had the first perception check.
Yeah,
None of us
there was
noticed.
a perception check that no one reached high enough a level to counteract his stealth check.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I sent him a DM.
Mm-hmm.
There's
In the middle of asking her a question, you feel a concentrated blast of air knock into the back of your head, making you lose your balance. What the hell are you doing down here?
there's
What did you eat for lunch? Oh my god.
Wow.
Callista's gonna roll her eyes and look at Astrid and say there's some sort of
Oh god, I was not expecting that.
I don't know how to explain it, like a distress in the hum. Something's wrong, but I can't explain, like something is it's not working properly and I don't know why. Something is
Well,
yeah.
Is it a feeling? A noise?
if
It's
you
like a noise, kind of like almost like a high pitched something. It's a wrongness. Like something getting jammed or stuck or just,
if you become any more attuned to what that is, make sure that you let us know.
yeah, I'll keep my, I guess, mind open.
Do you know what direction it's coming from?
No, I can't pinpoint where or what. It just, you know how the room has an energy, like that hum that you sense when you're down there. It's somewhere in that source, if that makes sense. Something is wrong. I mean, it basically backs up what Cher said in the corruption or whatever. I don't know anything about that. That's beyond me. But it's like it feels like a high-pitched squealing in the system. I don't know where to pinpoint it.
I'm sorry, Cher, did you say that you've seen this anywhere before ever at all?
Nope.
No, and it's not a material that's from this realm because there's
Right,
nothing
right.
in this realm that could cause that kind of effect.
It's yeah, I'll try to keep my senses on it, see if I can get anything else, but it's just
Okay.
it's like this high-pitched squeal of like distress or sticking or something isn't working right.
It's not my specialty, but I am fairly observant when looking for traps and such. Can I attempt at trying to
In case
pinpoint
you
what
missed
she's
that
talking
warning
about?
in case you missed that warning that I told these two, if you touch that thing, it will deconstruct you at an atomic level.
Yeah, I'll try not to touch anything. Can I
Mm-hmm.
can I do a little listen in on stuff?
Yeah, what specifically are you looking for?
Would you thine elf ears hear?
Are you trying to like size up the same thing that she found, or are you trying to
I'm
find a
trying to-
source for it?
Gather enough information from her to figure out what to look for. It doesn't seem. It's just
It's like a feeling. Like
Right. What?
so.
what
I
is-
guess nothing specifically. I'm trying to. I guess I want to walk around and kind of feel what she's talking about and maybe try to pinpoint it from there. But she says there's something wrong. I'm already down here. I might as well make an attempt at trying to figure out what she's talking about. If there's any even legitimacy to it.
Yeah. So I guess to perceive the problem, to try and hone into the same thing she was talking about, that would be another insight check, or well, an insight check from you.
Oh yeah, I am not good at insight, but let's see what we get. 16.
You don't get as strong a pinpoint or like grasp on what's wrong. You wouldn't liken it to a high pitched squeal. It is a feeling. It's not a sound, but you can tell that there's something wrong. If for no other reason than you were already appraised that there's something wrong.
Okay. I will do a quick sweep around. I'll walk back and I'll give it a thumbs up. I'll be like, "Yep, there's something wrong," and I'll go back up the ladder.
Callista will shrug and be like, that seems appropriate.
Mhm.
Such wonderful contributions to the problem.
Yeah, I have a specific set of skills, and it's not to determine if the hum is wrong or right.
This-
Callista is going to glance at Astrid and mimic. I have a specific set of skills. I have a specific set of skills.
Asher's gonna try not to laugh and fail.
Specific set of skills.
Oh boy.
Once everyone has filed out of the under area, Cher closes the latch and the concealment snaps back into place, and all you see is the terminal in the middle of the room.
Some cool
That's good for hiding stuff.
camouflage. Yeah.
You should probably teach that to Jan Wick. He could hide even more things.
I could likely find that.
He could draw dicks on people's faces and then conceal them until the right
Dear
moment.
Lord.
Why? in Infernal, why would you tell him this?
So there's some good to
Taking
do
one
for
look
people who
at-
mock me.
I am chaotic.
It's not
Taking
mocking,
one
it's
look at him,
imitation.
Cher just says, he doesn't have the aptitude.
to draw dick. Lol.
Callista will look at Jan Wick and say, imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
She loves me.
Callista's going to step further away from Yanwick and closer to her sister. Mm-hmm.
Astrid is laughing at whatever you've gotten yourself into now.
A mess.
Clearly someone that's never been on the business end of an Eldritch cannon. That'll be fun to play out later.
True.
But there are more important things to deal with right now. Cher
Alright.
shoots a glance over to Saiji, who was standing around near the rest of them, and asks him, I wrote a note for his name, asks him if Captain of the First, Sumoto, is still in the meeting room or if he's retired to his private quarters.
The Captimus Prime?
Yep, that one. I believe he is probably in his quarters right about now.
Which means most of you will not be able to get anywhere near there.
Shrug.
Hmm. Okay.
I don't want to leave these people unattended in this area. Saiji, could you please
These
go to his
people.
quarters?
Lamo.
Jesus.
We don't need to take that. We don't need to take that bait. I promise.
Could you please go to whoever's on guard to his quarters and request that the meeting room's fine, and tell him that this is an emergency and that I said it was an emergency.
Sure. Yeah, I'll go tell him personally. Screw it regarding the door. And
So
he just
Astrid-
vanishes.
Has begun basically since we left that chamber. She all of a sudden she's sunk deep in thought, and you can tell that she's totally lost in whatever she's thinking about, and she's doing her best to remember everything that she's experienced since she woke up in Death's Domain. And she's drawing back to all the sources of magic that she's dealt with, the different gods that she's had contact with in different ways, everything, including the magical barrier on the Turtle Island. Can I roll some kind of check to see if I have come across anything similar to whatever's corrupting the barrier here?
Yeah. Roll me. Roll me an insight check.
Okay. 17.
Okay. So I have to figure out a way to describe this accurately. Whatever is within this system that has altered the power source, it definitely feels familiar. Like you're thinking on it, and it feels very similar to like Death's Palace. Like how it's a void. There's nothing you can see, but you can tell that there is a structure that kind of encases you.
Okay.
And in that same sort of feeling, you can tell that it's just basically remnants of his realm. And in knowing that, and because you rolled a 17, you can easily and quickly determine that it is highly unlikely that Death had anything to do with it. Whatever happened probably seeped in when you guys got here. So there may have been something missing, or somebody may have been tampering with something at the time that you guys came in, and for some reason it just like latched on to the energy from Death's realm.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna stew over these ideas and trying to put them together and connect everything to some sort of cohesive answer. And at one point, I'll pull Callista to the side and speak to her very softly in Infernal. And disclose my theories so that I, have a backboard to bounce them off of. see what she thinks and if she remembers or can make connections to anything else. Well,
With the feeling that I got before and the info that that Astrid just gave me, can I make any sort of refinements on this theory? Kali?
I'm sorry. I was talking to Bug. What'd you ask me?
So with Astrid sharing her information about like the energy source and her theories, that paired with the feeling that I got before, can I make any further refinements?
Nothing specific. Like,
Okay.
clearly that is what is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, you're not sure if that's the whole issue. Because if it is in fact that it was an accidental transference,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way to know that just the transference alone, if that is the only thing that's different,
Mm-hmm.
would have caused that much damage.
Okay.
I'm sure you could ask Cher. She might have more insight into that. But I also don't know that Cher is willing to divulge all the information that she has.
mhm.
So,
I'm gonna hedge on Cher's not going to divulge and agree with Calista agree with Astrid. This is why I don't read and speak at the same time. Agree with Astrid about her theory as to the source of the corruption. Maybe not the cause or the how or the extent of it.
But we agree that it feels like Death's Realm.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like something about Death's Realm.
That type of energy or lack thereof in the realm of the dead that has
just a quick little aside. If you don't like the name of your weapon that I randomly came up with, I have a name generator in the info channel that will just give you a name for your stuff.
But I
Cool.
like mine, thank you.
I mean, that's fine. I was just referencing to everybody. If they don't like their names, they can change it.
Okay.
Nice. Oh, did the music stop? I think the music stopped.
Oh boy, hold on.
Oh no.
It does sound like it's
There you
stopped.
go.
Hey. Beautiful.
There we go.
Okay, so we got some oogie boogie feelings and that's about it. We are not any
Yep.
closer to actually figuring out what's wrong here.
Well, we kind of know what's wrong. We don't know how it happened, why, or what it means or how to fix it.
Yeah.
So
Well-
we figured out one thing and kind of got a whole bunch of new questions at the same time.
It's like a Breaking Bad episode.
Oh boy.
Just leave with more questions. You were saying, Kali.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? What is that there for?
That was Cher's marker.
All right. I think that's more fitting anyway.
By the way, this pedal dice set that I ordered from you guys is like this D20 has not failed me yet. Every time I use it, it's really good.
When you said pedal, my brain went to bike before flower, and I was like, what? Oh wait.
When I don't roll d20s. I roll bikes. I just throw a bike.
I mean, there's a way to row bikes at me. Hold on. It shows up somewhere. Oh, really?
Bikes.
One of the items is a bike. I'm not even lying.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't throwing a bike like a coin flip though?
Yeah, tomato.
That's funny.
So anyhow, I assume we are making our way to the meeting room
Mhm.
to talk to our Captimus Prime Sumoto.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh shit.
It is a relatively short walk back over, and as you all enter the room again, not only is Sumoto there, but all the captains have been reassembled.
Do they always assemble together?
I wouldn't say always, but
I wanted to make a really bad Avengers joke. Never mind.
Well,
Assemble.
Thank you.
Do.
no, but this was relayed as an emergency, so
Right,
Sure.
yes.
And whenever Sumoto especially tells people to show up, there's not really a choice.
okay.
So, coming back here, seeing that all the captains are there before waiting for any of them to have a chance to ask anything, Cher looks at the collective room and says, "Who's the last person that saw Akurai Hyoko?"
the whole room kind of goes. It was already silent, but like the air goes dead in the room. And Sumoto kind of gives you a strange look. I don't recall anyone having seen him before he left,
Hi, Myers, thank
or
you.
before he disappeared.
10 months, thank you.
I wouldn't honestly know who or where he would have been seen last.
Then the last time he was seen prior to his disappearance, who was it and where? This is not a complicated question.
Astrid coughs quietly in the dead silent room.
These captains are like racking their brains trying to think about like when the last time there was any sight of him would have been, and finally someone speaks up and who should it be? Should it be Sumoto? I don't think so. I think it should be someone else.
Hold on.
Bear with me just a moment.
Crickets.
Sorry,
We're using a name generator.
yes, I'm using my name generator, but the problem is I'm combining two of the names that it gave me because I don't like one part of one name.
Ah.
So you're being picky.
Yes.
He's the DM. He's allowed to.
I'm not knocking it.
And I also have a Calcifer meowing in my ear.
Yeah, I
on
keep
the back
hearing
of my
him
chair.
every
So-
now and then.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yep. It's a hungry
Uh,
kitty.
The captain. that one is Cyrus. The one that you can
Oh.
hear is Cyrus
Mhm.
because he is fucking loud as shit. The captain of Squad 2 speaks up. A woman that share you know by that name, Segai Toyuki. And she says, I believe he was out on a reconnaissance mission and simply never came back.
Do you know which area he was dispatched to?
I don't recall. I think it had to do with something with a defected group of soul shepherds.
Wonderful. So if it helps jogs anyone's memory by chance, unless we find him sooner the better, but the little scuffle that happened earlier today will just be a minor inconvenience compared to what is going to happen as time goes on.
Hey, Rassid, we can hear whatever you're listening to.
Oh, I'm
Yep.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's my bad.
It's the Hollowed Heart, which you all should know powers the entire barrier system that has made life so much better for people in all the surrounding regions. There is something either broken, corrupted it, or both. So the longer this problem persists, the worse things are going to get, and it will be like the history textbooks say from, I don't know, history wasn't my best subject, but within the last century or two, where the landscape here was considerably different than it is now.
what was the name of the person that you're inquiring about again, by the way?
Akuya Hiyoko?
Akurai?
Akurai.
Akurai. Look, I did my best.
It's okay.
Akurai Kuroko?
Hiyoko.
Yoko.
It's in Sidewinder Circle.
Oh, thank God.
I love how that channel is still the original name of the D&D campaign that never
Yep.
happened.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's
It's an homage.
Look, we're lazy.
an homage, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I needed the name for my notes.
Mernerts.
So, where is he? And Segai Toyuki said that he went out on
Recon.
recon. Recon for what?
Possibly a defected group of soul shepherds.
Okay. And that he's missing now.
Yes.
He was by himself?
That I don't have notes for. Can't tell you.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask this council of captains. Did your man go by himself?
Segai is going to continue speaking. I don't believe so. I believe he took a small squadron with him to figure things out.
And none of them have returned?
No. They're all gone.
Okay.
Kinda. Seems like go after them, figure out what happened there.
Sumoto is now going to speak up. Well, if the Hollowed Heart is damaged, corrupted, and or missing, wherever he went, it will likely be with him. He is the one who created it.
Missing, it was still in the box, wasn't it?
I mean, there was no guarantee as to any of that.
Oh, well, alright.
But since it is the primary source of powering the whole system, it going missing would also cause shit to be fucky.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Okay. So, I'm
Do we
starting
know
to
where he
think
was heading to, or what direction he left in?
we need whatever intel they had.
He was looking into a few renegade soul shepherds. Renegade isn't even really a correct word. They just were off
Fapping about?
off doing their own thing, let's say.
It's not you, it's me.
And we were trying to surmise what the issue was, and we haven't seen him since. We haven't seen any of the people involved in that fiasco since.
And how long ago was this initially started?
He disappeared about a week ago.
Oh.
Or rather, a week ago by the time you got here. Which time passes differently here than most places, so... just say a week ago, it's easier.
So we need to find him. What kind of lead do we have on where to go?
Well, I think our first order of business should be to shore up our defenses so that we don't end up with more howlers prowling about.
Don't worry, that's not an if, that's a when.
Mm-hmm.
Such is also my concern.
Is that something we need to help you with then?
Well, if Akurai is involved in this somehow or another, which I can only imagine he would be, it's likely that you'll end up fighting lots of howlers along the way.
It's clobbering time?
So, I do think that we should pursue Akira and attempt to locate his squadron and him. I also think that maybe since we're dealing with like rebel soul shepherds, that somebody who is a ranking officer within soul shepherds should probably accompany us. if only to, I don't know, bear witness, distend them from the soul shepherds. I don't know what would happen. But I think that would be smart.
Yes, well, I believe Cher will be accompanying you for now, at least to repair the systems. I can't
Okay, yeah.
guarantee anything after that. But of course, you also have Rel.
So we're going to go looking for this person, and Cher and Rel are going with us.
You're going to repair the barrier system so that hopefully no more howlers end up showing up, at least for a time being. And then probably we will be looking for Akurai, yeah.
Well, I figured that they kind of went hand in hand.
I thought they did too, because we have no other fucking idea how we're supposed to repair this barrier right now.
Okay, no, there's... I guess this needs some explaining that hasn't been done. So the location you were in is the primary generation chamber.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are multiple places outside of this Soul Terrace location that magnify this barrier so that it's around everything. It's not just the Soul Terrace.
We're gonna go be checking on those facility, I guess, where those.
Yes. Now that being said, you might end up in a location that is close to and or in the little sector where he went to find those people.
Mm-hmm.
But since no one remembers exactly where that sector was, since there are multiple locations around this town, and then so like the town that is below the Soul Terrace is like a noble kind of deal.
Uh-huh.
Like the rich souls basically live there. And you've got the fields outside of that, which has like all the farmland and stuff, and that's considered the common folk area.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the place beyond that, which is like the slums. And so there are multiple like reflectors or repeaters, I guess you could say, to extend that barrier. And you know, there's all sorts of places that could have been. Sumoto does speak up though, and he says, if I recall, we sent him out to the... Hold on, I need my book. Ah, yes.
Strange thing to blurt out so suddenly.
What?
He's an old man. Leave him alone.
We sent him out somewhere in the fields of the host.
Fields of the host. We're doing real well today, folks. My notes are a disaster.
Admittedly, if your notes weren't a disaster on this section, I would be surprised.
That's my secret. Golly, my notes are always a disaster.
So are mine. That's why I have to reference my book multiple times.
Aha!
Where?
Meow.
Okay.
I should probably change this, to be honest.
Well, I do have a question about our weapons. We were suggested we should get some training on these and how to effectively use them to unlock their potential.
Okay. Are you asking someone in particular?
Sure, whoever spoke last, I guess. There's just a room full of people I don't know, so
Sumoto?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I've only named the important characters so far.
they're all important to me.
No. No, they're not. That's too much shit to take care of.
Can I get everybody's name and backstory?
Absolutely not. You'll have to deal with that.
You also do it in a musical song and dance.
Oh, hell no.
Can I get all their names and backstories in a bard format? No, yeah, I'm curious about learning to use these weapons. That was like the first thing that was talked about when we kind of got here.
Yes, Sumoto nods. He says, well, to be quite honest with you, the first portion of that training is mostly just becoming familiar with your new weapon. Now, it may seem to be a very similar weapon to one you've used before, but there is something unique with each of them. And it is something you will only learn through usage and communing with the weapon.
And communing means what?
That communing, speaking to, meditating on.
Like physically on it?
Lord.
Not the sharpest arrowhead, are we?
I'm no priest. I don't do a lot of meditation. I do a little meditation, but I'm more of a physical man of action. So I need to talk to it and meditate on it.
More or
There's
less,
going to be
yes.
plenty of time walking in between locations. You all can work on that while we're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
The sooner we get started on this, the better.
All right, well, I suppose y'all should be on your way. He sort of motions for you all to head on out. And I think that is as good a place as any to take a quick break.
Okay.
All right.
Yep,
That
'cause
works.
I need to feed the cats anyway, so that's good.
True.
I agree.
We'll go take a quick bio break then. I guess meet back in
Mhm.
5-10
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, 5-10 minutes ish.
Exactly.
All right.
All right. Quick break. Y'all take a break. Get up, stretch, walk around a little bit, use the bathroom, get some water. Don't sit there like a shrimp in your chair the whole time. Do it. I'll be right back.
quiet.
Shh. I'm talking to my bow. Who's a good boy?
Are we having a break right now, or?
But were you having a break before we took our break?
My mom was talking to me.
Mom, I'm killing dragons.
Okay.
Yeah,
That-
10-minute break.
Oh, sorry about that. I got a headache all of a sudden.
Yes, it is very perplexing.
Huh?
It's very perplexing. It's a
What is?
mystery.
Oh,
What happened to the device?
the barrier.
Infernal
Yeah.
machine.
Whew. What did I miss?
We're on a break.
Yeah. So we're supposed to just spend time with the weapons and we attune to them, basically. And then we get training, I think is what
The
was
the
said.
first part is to talk to your weapon,
Ah.
talk about your feelings, where you think your life took a wrong turn.
When I
You
died.
need to meditate. You need to meditate on the weapon.
Okay.
I don't know if that's figuratively or literally. I didn't get a straight answer on that.
And we're leaving for one of the places out in the fields of the host for the generators.
hmm
Meditate with
Indeed.
which hand? Your non-dominant hand.
Meditate with which hand?
That is the question that I was asked.
I do not think that you know what that word means what you think it means.
It's apparently a Sandlot reference.
Okay.
My answer stays the same though. Your non-dominant hand.
Yeah. Well, I pulled out a Princess Bride reference.
Yes, and I applaud you for that. Thank you. Sorry, not Sandlot. Stand By Me. Oh, okay. I was racking my brains and I was like, I don't remember anything like that in the Sandlot. I don't remember Stand By Me as well. So.
Imagine those were released around the same time. Both
I
really old
think
movies.
so. I movie was 86 and was 93. Oh, they are further apart than I thought they were. Stand By Me was 86 and The Sandlot was 93. right. I'll have to look at that later, Pens. I can't. That will probably trigger a DMCA.
My stealth roll for sneaking up on you guys.
That was pretty clever. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
It was high enough that Callie said Jesus fuck when I told him how much it was.
How much was it?
What was it?
It was a 31.
Jesus
Holy
fuck.
shit! Yeah, there's no
Appropriate.
fucking way.
That's not a crit.
I was wondering. Not a crit. Jesus
You
Christ.
are literally a cat. I want you to know that even though there isn't a tabaxi in the group anymore, Astrid just
There
thinks
was
of you as a
never
cat.
tabaxi in the group, remember? So
To be fair, I'm an assassin.
Can
I'm
we-
very sneaky.
can we get Yanwick a little bell tied around his wrist or something?
Yep. No, fuck that. We're getting a big bell. Big ass bell that just hangs down just to where it almost touches the ground. Literally, just a big ass bell. That's not a bell. Those are just a series of wind chimes strung from the bottom of the wind chime above it.
Bring, ding, bring, ding, ding, ding.
Well, Bouncy gave me that Cloak of Elven Kind, which gives me advantage on my stealth check.
I
But
forgot
that
about
was my first roll. My advantage was worse.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And I also have the lucky feat.
Oh, I
So-
forgot about that.
Okay.
If I need to, I can use that. And then maneuvers also gives me one where I can add like a D12 to my stealth check if I want.
So Penn said that we should just get silver bells hanging on a string. We could then call it his ding-a-ling.
Mhm.
Well,
How old is Pence? Because that is an old freaking
it's a
song.
really old song. man.
That's even older than Stand By Me.
Penn's is not quite parental age, I think, but I would put him in the same ballpark as you, Hollywood.
Mm,
He's 51.
okay. I feel like that song is a little bit older than in our general knowledge. You kind of need to stumble across that
Well,
in
I was
another way
saying that
than
you're
listening
not
to
as
the
old
radio.
as my parents.
I wonder if that song will give me DMCA'd. I'm gonna play it anyway.
Do it.
What?
Zen is my adoptive sister, so she knows my parents. So I was saying that you were younger than the parental units.
Yes. Duckberry. Here we go.
What year was that? Did that song come out?
19. It says this is a 1972 recording, but I don't know when the.
Yeah. That is when I was
My
born.
ding-a-ling, won't it's my ding-a-ling.
The one by Ray Evans. That's 1950.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, sir. We got about 130 ladies singing now. It really gets to you. Wait till we get about the fifth verse. All the ladies.
I know that you are old enough to have had children, Pens. That was not the way that your life, took your direction, but Chuck Berry version is 72. Oh, okay.
Catch me playing with my ding-a-ling-a-ling, oh, my ding-a-ling.
He's calling out how he's got the women singing it.
Sing it, Once I was climbing the garden wall, I slipped and had a terrible fall. I fell so hard I heard bells ring, but held on to my ding-a-ling. I hear it's a beautiful thing too. I hear two ladies out there singing in harmony. That's all right though. You know, this is a free country. Live like you want to live. Free country. Nobody's gonna bother you. Really.
70s were
Yes, sir,
wild,
I heard
man.
one of the cameramen singing Maya too. That's all right. You know.
Yep. Hello, Beard.
It's all right. Once I was swimming across Turtle Creek. Man, them snappers all around my feet. Sure was hard swimming across that thing with both hands holding my ding, ding, ding. Oh, oh, my ding-a-ling. Oh, I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. Sing, children. My ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. You know, I think it's a beautiful little song. I think it's so cute. And do you know everybody's not singing? There's some people right there in the first row in the balconies not singing. You know what I'd really like?
Why is the music ominous? Great song from the 70s is Rhythm Heritage
For the
theme from SWAT.
spotlight to
Love
look
here.
around at the verse of the song and actually see who's not
Welcome
singing.
back.
Maybe the house
to make
lights
a
could
phone
show
call.
us, because we're going to dedicate this verse to those who will not sing. We're going to see. This here song, it ain't so sad. The cutest little song y'all ever had. Those of you who will not sing, you must be playing with your own ding-a-ling. Everybody, mine. Oh, mine.
This is a cute little video.
One more time now, mine. Oh, mine. Slow down now. I wanna play.
Everybody bake.
My
I believe so.
ding-a-ling.
I haven't heard Kali.
Mm-mm.
Or Demi, actually.
That was great.
I'm here. I'm eating leftovers.
That was wonderful. I'm really happy that I played it, and I hope it doesn't get me DMCA'd. It's such an old ass song. I feel like they went back and like I don't know, maybe they did.
You never know.
Yeah.
Okay, the creepy music is like creeping me out now. I'm gonna turn that down for a little bit.
Okay, I've returned. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Yay!
Wow.
I was put on hold on a phone call.
Oh,
I hate
God.
that.
Love when that happens. It's my favorite thing to do.
Alright, so guess we're going to head out to repair these barrier extenders, if you will.
The thingalings.
The thingamajiggies that do the stuff, yep.
Yep.
Got it. Go to place, erect dispenser.
Put dispenser.
Put dispenser here. Sentry going up. Anyway.
I am credited to team.
I'm trying to think what the most efficient way to do this would be. I guess doing one section at a time, as it were.
How many?
You know that before we leave the room, I hand my lieutenant a nondescript item and have a hushed conversation with him before we leave the room.
Not suspicious at all. How many outside generators are there for the barrier?
Officially or unofficially?
I don't like that answer.
Officially, the ones that are under the jurisdiction of the Soul Shepherds, we'll say,
Mm.
there are 4 per tier of this like soul place. So it's basically there's one in each cardinal direction
Mhm.
in the concentric rings coming out from the Soul Terrace.
Okay.
All right, if she's gonna make a point of saying that she hands an item to her lieutenant or whatnot there,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to attempt to catch a glimpse of what that is.
I don't even think I'm gonna have to make you roll. It basically looks like a stone. There doesn't seem to be anything particularly unique about it. There looks like there might be some carvings in it, but
As I said, a nondescript item.
Grenade.
yeah, totally.
No, I
it's a
mean,
grenade.
it looked like a rock, so there's a description to it. Yeah, interesting barter system these poor folks have, but
Good God.
And then there's some additional repeaters that they exist.
they do exist.
They're just not under the direct purview of the Soul Shepherds.
So this is gonna take a while.
Well, generally speaking, as long as the ones that are connected to the main system are in good working order, the ones that are constructed by unlicensed sources, we'll say, should also operate fine. Likely the problem is not within the unlicensed ones.
So my question being, though, if the main one at the center of all of these rings has the corruption or the whatever it is, the problem, wouldn't it stand to reason that all of the ones connected to that also have the same issue?
That is correct.
So if we have
That
to
is
fix
what
all
is
of
being
them,
investigated.
okay. That's what I was saying. If all of them are going to be, impacted by this is going to take a while.
Well, you're not going there to you're going to determine how much damage there is and initiate any repairs if necessary.
Okay.
You're looking at the
repairs are possible.
right.
Yeah.
If the only problem with the repeater you're looking at is the fact that the power source is fucked up, then there's nothing to do. You just move on.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going out to see what's up and do what we can.
You're going to make sure there is no additional damage outside of this problem.
Right.
Which there may or may not be.
Uh-huh. Well, then which direction are we going first?
Well, as I was saying, I think it's best to do it in sections since it's only 4 per section.
Okay.
And without much fuss, the ones within the like noble district, you go and check them out real quick, and they're all pretty much fine. I mean, obviously the inherent problem is still there, but none of the things themselves are damaged.
None of them are corrupted, like the other one.
No, they all have the corruption. The corruption is an inherent.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be throughout everything. They're just not any further damaged. Like someone didn't corrupt the power source and kick the shit out of this repeater.
Okay.
Hmm.
That being said, you're gonna move on to the hold on a second.
Okay.
Radic Paul's game is on point.
Sorry.
I didn't think that these things were inside the city. I thought we were going for like a trip outside the walls and through the woods and.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
thought
that's
that
that's coming. You've
Yeah.
only checked the
The one
inside the
in the
walls
city.
section.
Yeah.
I am discussing things with my story partner at the moment.
Yeah.
My plot partner. So
You're talking to Bug?
Is
no,
that what
that's
you
my
did?
life partner.
Oh, my bad.
Your life is a story, is it not?
No. My life is not a story. If it is, it's a very boring story.
Well,
That's not so bad.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, a boring life is a safe life.
I agree.
Can I go back to having a
is
boring
safe
life then?
Where I mostly just sit at home and play video games and occasionally run a D&D game.
With
By
a
the-
basket full of fools.
I run the D&D game by the seat of my pants most of the time, so you know, hey,
It's the most dangerous thing he does.
having someone else who has good ideas is a real big help. That's all I can say.
So, in the process of walking to the next tier of for inspection, Cher will hang back near Callista and Astrid and say, "Okay, let me see your weapons. The weapons that you gained when you got here for probably about a minute."
Callista's going to glance at Astrid and glance at Cher. Glance at Astrid again.
Supposed to just give you.
I
I
don't
mean,
know
they'll
how
be standing right here next to you.
I'm
I have no reason
Um,
to try and take it. It's not mine.
gonna move so that Cher's in the middle of us, so that we're standing like we're flanking her on either side. And I'll take my hammer off and hand it over with great resignation.
And then, as a side comment, she'll say, and make sure the nosy one minds his own damn business.
We have no control over Yanwick.
Wonderful.
Callista will unhook her axe from her belt and hand it over grudgingly.
So Cher will take her rod and tap both of them, and they'll just kind of float in place for her. And at which point she'll take out her smith tools. And there will be a short, concentrated burst of energy that moves towards both of them, and she's muttering under her breath a bit. And it almost, you're not entirely sure, but it sounds like she mutters under her breath, "Wake up, you lazy bastards."
In Tortle,
then-
do you think she's talking to us?
Nice.
And then, after giving the weapons a once-over, she hands them both back to you and says, "This is going to sound very odd, just believe me when I say it. Your weapons would like to have a conversation with you."
Yeah, Yanwick said something about talking to the weapons, but I thought he was high.
The way that he was indicating wasn't quite correct. I'll hang out right here next to you so that the two of you don't walk into a wall, because you're only going to be about half conscious while this is going on.
I'm gonna zonk out. Okay, all right. Wait, let's do this. On that note, give me 2 seconds. I call my grandma.
Okay.
Astrid is going to hook arms with, or Callista's going to hook arms with Astrid and look at her axe kind of curiously, like kind of flip it over around in her hand and inspect it from different angles.
Yeah, same.
Hello. Hello.
I was here this whole time.
Yeah, we've hooked arms so that we can be corralled outside of walking into trees.
Okay. So I guess I take my hammer and I hold it tightly with both hands and I close my eyes.
So, for the sake of A, expediency, and B, not having to throw you guys under the bus, having to come up with some kind of appearance off the top of your head, for right now, you just kind of see a nondescript outline of a person or thing or something. And you can tell that it has at least some degree of sentience to it.
Oh, great! Another sentient weapon. Are you bloodthirsty as well?
Sure. We'll start with Callista.
And I hope mine is bloodthirsty.
I already have one of those. I would like a calming presence, thank you.
So this entity, this figure, whatever it is, you are transported in your mind, sort of, into a realm that is at once completely foreign, and yet there's a nostalgia about it. You've never been here before. There's no reason it should be nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
But you are standing in a field.
Is it like the field that we were standing in outside?
No.
Oh.
This is more like a field similar to the one you died in.
Oh, great! This place, wonderful.
But instead of a raging battle going on, it's completely calm, more or less. And every so often throughout this field, there appears to be pillars of actively volcanic rock. Like, it doesn't make sense that it should be there, but it's there. They are pillars of rock that are cracked, and within it you can see like a red glow.
Okay.
Like fire, lava, etc. And this figure, and a nondescript figure, is standing. Well, not exactly standing, but leaning against one of these pillars.
Hello?
So you finally made it.
I apparently have.
I've been waiting for you.
Has it been a long time that you've been waiting?
It feels like a long time. I don't know that it is.
Oh, well, I apologize for my lack of timeliness.
I have a question for you.
I could potentially have an answer.
What is it you fight for?
My sister.
Is that it?
To protect my sister, myself, my friends, to find a way back to our life, one that we can have together instead of being ripped apart like we were when we were children. I fight to protect, I fight to help.
That is excellent conviction.
Calissa will kind of brush her shoulder off. Thank you.
And in an instant, this figure is no longer leaning against the pillar. They are standing in front of you. And they extend what should be their hand and just kind of push you. And you have no way to resist. You just kind of fall over and it's like you're waking up.
Oh!
And as you come back to full alert consciousness, you hear the name of your weapon.
Nejire?
And Astrid,
Yes.
you are greeted with a realm that is very similar to the one I just described. However, the pillars that are in this field are not of active volcanic power, but of solid steel or some metal.
Okay.
And the figure you see is actually sitting on top of one of these pillars.
How tall are they?
It's hard to tell because they're sitting, but they don't look to be giant or anything.
No, like the pillars.
No,
Am I
the
like
pillars.
craning?
Oh, I'm
am I
sorry,
like
the
craning my
pillars.
head to look up, or are they like 10 feet? You know.
No. You just kind of look up and you can look at the top of the pillar.
Okay. I see.
There may be 8 to 10 feet tall just within themselves.
All right. And it's just an outline of a figure. I don't see the details.
like a solid silhouette.
Okay. I will approach them on this pillar. When I'm close enough to be heard without having to project, I will say hello.
Hi.
Are you... Okay, this is gonna sound a little weird, but like... Are you the the thing in my sword that wasn't there before?
That's me. Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Hello. Why do I get like a whimsical impression from whoever this is?
Why do you get the whimsical one?
I don't know. I smile and say, well, nice to meet you. I was told we should communicate.
It's probably for the best, yeah.
I don't know how this whole sword thing works. This whole weapon thing, this whole power.
It's kind of complicated, but at the same time, incredibly simple.
Okay. What should I do?
Well, you gotta figure out what is it that you fight for? What is your goal?
What do I fight for? And what is my goal? I fight for my sister.
We're not
who
related at all. Why do
I
you
will
ask?
I will never lose again if I have any say whatsoever. I fight for the future that we've earned because of the past that we've endured.
Your conviction is just as strong as your sister's.
Little surprise there.
I like it.
Wait, do you know my sister?
Without an answer, this entity claps their hands, and you awake back to full consciousness with the name of your weapon in your head.
Onran. I look over at
no.
Callista.
Did you just see a little silhouette of a man?
Oh
Scaramouche, Scaramouche. I feel like mine could do the fandango, so yes.
Mine was much more serious. Pen started it. It's been going on in my head for like 3 minutes, the whole conversation we were
Whoa.
having.
That's perfect.
I'm sorry. Oh man.
Is your special power thunderbolts and lightning?
Very, very frightening.
Okay, we have to stop.
Seeing that the two of you have returned to consciousness, Cher says, good, you had more talkative ones. That makes things far easier. Some people are in that state for... I think the worst I remember offhand was 3 days. Because
Wow.
their spirit just didn't feel like talking. And while what you experienced just now may not make a whole lot of sense, the next time you get in a scuffle, looking at the two of you, I have a feeling you'll figure it out pretty quick.
Astrid can't help it. She grins. And she looks over at her sister, still grinning. Just radiating this fucking excitement.
Time to do the fandango? That's it. The next sister move that we have, it has to be named the fandango.
Oh no. So, yes.
So with that, that is the exchange for your help for earlier. Even if it seems simple enough to you, I would not have trusted most people to have handled that without causing a melt.
I'm gonna sober up a little bit, put my weapon away, and bow to Cher. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Pens,
please,
I think
God,
it's
none of that. I don't do anything for thanks. If I did it for thanks, I'd be with the rest of the captains all the time.
Astrid notices the faint blush on her cheeks and turns around smiling.
Callista's gonna hook her axe back on her belt and grab her sister's arm and be like, "But what's a fandango?"
Oh lord.
Pens, by the way, if Kali wasn't ready to shepherd this group of insanity, then maybe an apology would be necessary. But I think he knows what he's in for. At this point,
He could still kill all of us at any moment, okay?
There's nothing wrong with anything that's happened. It's just it wasn't really what I was expecting, because it was such a serious moment,
right,
in the story, and then just it had to go and become some comedic backdrop.
I mean, it was still serious.
It was.
But like, Callista doesn't do unnatural, spooky things without having some sort of like ease for the tension. I was just teleported to the place where I died, was asked why I fight by a vaguely British-sounding spirit man, and then forced out of my mind again. I'm a little unnerved, and I want to know what the Fandango is.
To be clear, it was not the field that you died in. It was one similar.
Close enough. It was close enough to unnerve Callista. She doesn't like that memory.
It smelled the same.
It smelled the same. That's where I died, trying to get to my sister. It's very emotionally charged, and there was a man asking me why I fight. I have concerns. I don't understand what just happened. But, okay, I apparently passed the test.
I think that
Callista is
Astrid...
still processing.
I think that Astrid is just always amused, except for when she's not.
Callista's much more skittish.
Yeah.
So, Cher will speak up and say, "Oh, as an afterthought, as you get to know that spirit better, because yes, you will be meeting with it more than just this once. A word of caution.
Huh?
For the time being, do not think of them as a friend. And you can, in fact, die in that realm."
Oh.
Can we die if we're already dead?
Yes.
Yes.
And I can't say anything beyond that because the experience is different for every person. And not everyone makes it beyond just the first couple of meetings. That will be up to you and how well you utilize it, I guess.
Not my friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just have to
There
hug
may
it out.
come a time in a day that you can count it as a friend and it's on your side. For the time being, do not make that mistake, as it can be fatal.
Wonderful.
There.
So there's a mind palace in my brain with a spooky man that could kill me. Alright.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily spooky. It's just at this point, without not having to describe a whole person to you,
It's
it's
understandable.
a silhouette.
A man?
I don't know
Not
if it's a man, to
necessarily
be
a man.
honest.
It doesn't have to be. It can be an animal, it can be a sentient orb, whatever the hell you want it to be.
Uh-huh. Which is...
We just didn't want to have you come up with the description right then and there, because that's not really fair.
True.
I guess the next time I'll have to think of him as, a really round
A giant
bear.
flying pink hippopotamus.
No, hippopotamuses are terrifying.
Yes, but this one more.
very
If that's what you want it to be, that's what it can be.
When
I'll
I
think
mean, in
about
the
the little
source-
silhouette of a man.
I do attacks with it, can I have a little holographic image of it just sort of project after the swing follow through just to Like, you know how when you put something on the spokes of a wheel to make an image when it spins really fast? I want that to be whenever I swing my hammer, you see a trail and it's like the pink hippo.
That'll be a column.
Anyway.
Yeah,
I mean,
silhouette of a sentient entity doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
this is true.
I want my Fantasia hippos, goddammit.
I mean, if that's what you want your weapon spirit to be, that's all on you.
Okay, but if that's the direction you go, it has to have the tutu.
Exactly.
Oh lord.
And the wings. Little tiny wings.
When Rocco trying to get on the couch, I was actually trying to think of like a really round dog. Like a really round dog.
If animals were round, YouTube video, insert here.
Yes!
True.
Yes! Yes! My favorite thing!
For you two specifically, I do want to mention that I have brainstormed some things.
Uh-oh.
Sure.
Even up to minutes ago when I even roleplayed that whole section.
Okay.
You might want to think of a spirit that is for you, but could also represent a part of your sister.
Oh, okay.
The spirits should be complementary to each other,
Mhm.
or foils of each other. Well, actually, we kind of already have established them to be foils, so run with that.
So the spirits should be foils of each other?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay. I'm just writing that down so that I can
And
think
they
on that.
know of each other's existence, which is a little bit different.
Oh. Now I'm thinking of like a professor and like the TA. Like the whimsical TA and the really strict professor. That's immediately where my brain went to.
It's had the reverse of that, where the professor was just unicorns and rainbows and unicorn farts, and then the TA would come in and just the mood would just drop.
Unfortunate.
Oh, you've seen that meme with the two girls? One's like full of rainbows and the other's like dressed up in black and all goth and shit?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Or the two houses that are side by
Yep.
side that are basically the
Yep.
same thing.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh.
I feel like I gave them pretty opposite personalities.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 We picked up on that after 2 highs.
Yep. I
So,
got
yeah.
scolded for being late.
So your companions will have similar experiences of their own, but as of right this moment, I'm not inclined to help them along their way, especially the nosy one.
Fair.
Which one is the nosy one?
They were told that they would be able to get some kind of training, though, so I assume somebody will be able to help them awaken their weapons or whatever that's called.
Question: does Pharrell already have a spirit weapon?
Yes.
Is hers awakened already?
Yes.
Okay, so she doesn't have to have an awakening.
Nope.
Okay.
That they can't. Well, I guess technically there are some that serve in the active duty that don't have their weapon awakened, but it's
Rare.
very rare.
Okay.
For the
So
most
it's
part, they won't be on active duty if they don't have their weapon in a state they can fight with.
okay. So it's Jacob and Yanwick then.
Yes.
Okay, got it. This is D&D. Yes. Hello, Frogwings. That's a cool name. I like that name.
So now that we're past all of that, I believe this is about the time you would be arriving at the first little repeater.
Hi, Flora.
And this one This one seems much like the 4 you've inspected already. It is almost wholly intact. There's no damage to the repeater itself. But those of you who noticed the corruption will notice that in an almost imperceptible amount, these repeaters actually have less corruption in them than the other ones.
So this is the second ring?
Yes.
Okay, so there's
Indicating
less
that
corruption.
Maybe
than
it's spreading
others.
from the center.
That would be the worst case scenario, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's where the main one is.
But if the ones that are closer are more corrupted and the ones that are further out are not. Kind of what the assumption would be, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Active reasoning would follow that yes, that would be the case, but we still have to investigate
Yeah,
at least the next ring before we make that determination.
Would it be better to, instead of looking at the other 3 in this ring, just go to the next ring in this same direction?
Oh,
See
that's
if
what I was planning on doing.
Oh, great.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, you guys basically follow the line, which there is no physical line, but you
Are these
follow
like
it on
super
out.
tall structures or something? Or
What I had in my head canon
Uh?
was more like a little shrine type deal.
Okay.
Like a little stone structure about waist height.
Okay.
There's more
Because-
technology underneath that you can't see, but
Right.
the interface is just compact.
Yeah, I was picturing like short lighthouses, and I was like, can't we just see them? Like,
Mhm.
apparently not. The answer is no.
Well,
not
they're
quite
not.
that tall.
They're
No.
they're in a direct line out,
Yeah.
but there's shit in between where there aren't repeaters.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So there's no guarantee that it's just a straight line of repeaters that you can look at.
Close enough to guesstimate, though.
Oh.
All right,
this
so we
one
get to the third ring. How long have we been walking at this point?
From the outside of the noble to the outside of the fields, it's probably, at least in a straight line, it's probably only like a 15-minute trip.
Oh, okay. I was still thinking that we were working like the Ka and continent sizes. I was like, holy shit, we're gonna be walking for like 3 days.
No. But I mean, you and Astrid were like unconscious-ish for 10 minutes of that, so.
We were in a spiritual trance talking to our inner weapons.
Callista, do I have any dicks on my face?
I don't see any.
Okay.
That
It's
doesn't mean
crazy
anything,
that you
though.
would mention that because that was running through my head for the last 30 seconds.
Roll perception.
Okay.
Cher already said that she was taking care of them while they were in this half-conscious state.
That's true.
So,
I have plenty of spells to make sure that no one can get close.
no dicks were drawn on anyone's faces.
Yay!
It's canon.
Oh wow, this is old.
Oh, that is so old. Wow.
Jeez. Give me a moment.
Night pens!
Yes.
This is from like the very beginning of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Ka stuff. That's not right.
Wait, you can draw lines now?
Oh, the paintbrush tool, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So you guys follow this thing out to the final repeater down the line. And this one is visibly in disrepair. This is at the very outskirts of the
So the
slum portion.
Fourth ring?
Yes.
Fourth.
It is visibly in disrepair. However, much to your reasoning's delight, I guess I'll say. It's not really the words I was looking for, but that's what we're going with.
They work. They're still words that work.
The barrier itself that is being projected is in fact stronger, and the corruption is lesser.
Okay.
And in this particular section, I think Cher has 2 offshoots if you want to go look at them too.
BT.
Cher will. You'll see a hatch just kind of appear out of nowhere once again. She'll pop it open and look down. And after a quick look, determine, okay, so they just. Whatever happened here, they just trashed the interface, and the actual equipment inside is all fine. There's somewhere else I'd like to go check. However, she'll look towards Vrel. This is a question at this point, because I don't know. Is there some kind of, like, very strict way to ensure that Vrel has to, like, follow an agreement that is made?
Like an oath?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, there is just the basic hierarchy. You're a captain, and Vrel is a lieutenant. So just inherently, the lieutenant is meant to follow your orders, even if they're not your direct subordinate.
Okay. So I will look towards Vrel and say, and Vrel, what you're about to see, you will not breathe a word to anyone at command. If you have a question about it, you can ask myself or my lieutenant. Beyond that, as far as you're concerned, it does not exist. Are we clear?
Got any alcohol?
I can make some later if you really need it.
Deal.
She
Simple.
agrees. Vrel agrees with
Sometimes
the
I forget how
price of alcohol.
both
Motivated goblins are.
frustrating at the same. How easy and frustrating at the same time it is to negotiate from anyone from the Berserker Squad.
Got it. Yes.
So, with that out of the way, we are going to what would be regarded as an unofficial repeater. And it's a little bit off the beaten path, and it is set there specifically to ensure the protection of some of the only people on this realm that I actually care about. And we can leave it at that.
Why is it unofficial?
Because I built it myself, and it is not sanctioned, because it is not in the official purview or jurisdiction of the Soul Shepherds, because not everyone agrees to be protected by the Soul Shepherd, because there are stipulations that come with that not everyone agrees with.
Huh. Okay. Callissa's
Hey.
very pragmatic.
Noted. In the notes. I wrote it all down.
Generally
And so-
speaking, the the people who live out here in the slums area are not necessarily treated poorly, but more so just neglected.
Hmm.
Like the soul shepherds tend to forget that there's a fourth tier to this place,
Ah, wonderful.
which is why it's so run down and not at all great place to be. And it's also why most things that you'll find out here are in disrepair, because the soul shepherds don't really go out that far to really maintain shit.
Wonderful.
And if there's ever a problem out there, 9 times out of 10, they don't really worry about it.
Hmm.
At which point, Cher will more or less take the lead and aim you off the beaten path and go towards one of the further outreaches of this lowest tier. And as you walk further along, while the buildings are still definitely a little bit in disrepair, a little bit ramshackle, you start noticing that the people in the area have at least put some effort into making it looking more habitable, more comfortable for themselves. And you'll gradually start to hear the sound of the peals of hammers against anvils and such. Although, by the time that she stops at a very well concealed repeater, you have not made it far enough to actually see exactly where that noise is coming from.
Okay.
And whereas the previous repeaters were like waist-high shrines, in this instance, Cher will step in between into an alleyway between two buildings, and Callista and Astrid, you have dark vision, right?
Yes?
Does anyone else in the group?
I have very, very good dark vision.
I do as well.
Okay,
Poor
so
Jacob.
everyone has dark vision?
No,
Except
Jacob,
Jacob.
doesn't.
Oh yeah, Jacob the human.
The lone human.
The lone human.
Sucks. So everyone else will notice that since it's darker in the alleyway, most of you will notice that Cher will be interacting with something on the wall, and an entire panel of the wall slides away, and there's a room behind it with all the equipment instead of the usual interface.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Astrid is gonna try to like make herself bigger in the alley opening to block any view from anybody who may not be in the alley.
Just fan your wings out. Block the whole way.
I don't know if I want to do that yet. I'll just make
Cher will
myself.
call up behind. Oh, sorry. Cher will call up behind her. You don't need to worry about that. The only people that'll wander by here, I know them. They're fine.
She relaxes.
If a lot of you have never seen dwarves, don't be surprised if one wanders by.
We've seen dwarves.
Yes, we have.
Not everyone has, so I always have to throw that out there. Because they are considerably less common in this, at least, I don't know about entire realm, but at least this area that we are in, they're not very common.
I lived
Oh.
underground with some dwarves for some years. Where I picked up my hammer
Where
skills.
were they from?
Oh, I don't know areas at all whatsoever.
Oh,
No clue.
I
That's just
only
flavor
asked
text for
because-
backstory.
I-
Feel
I
free to
only
make
asked
some
because
shit up.
the
I'll agree
specific-
with you.
The specific backstory I picked specified that if you're not a dwarf, then it's most likely a specific clan of dwarves that taught you your craft. And they were listed as the shield dwarves.
Okay. I'm what's my subclass called? Hold on.
Warden?
Path of the Warden.
Hmm.
And that makes me think of shields. Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. It could have been the same dwarves.
I don't know enough about the lore to be able to answer that.
I don't
just
either.
Asked figuring you knew. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I mean, it stands to reason.
Maybe we have some more flavor text.
It's just in the lore for the background I have is I have to double check to make sure I say the right one. I think it's Clan Craftsman.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Clan Crafter. And the description was you are most likely a dwarf, but if you're not a dwarf, you probably learned from a shield dwarf because they learned that they shouldn't restrict the knowledge based on race. It should be anyone that has the aptitude for it.
That's pretty cool.
So she'll walk into the room, and there's actually a cot in one corner, and a chair at a makeshift desk in another section, which she will sit down at and make an inspection of the equipment and be able to confirm that the barrier here is stronger than any of the other ones that you have been to before, and there is almost no trace of corruption whatsoever. At which point she will stand up and replace the panel on the wall and face towards the group and say, well, it does appear that the source of the corruption is at the main hub and is spreading out from there. Which
bad.
is probably the worst case scenario we could have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Is there any way to cut the spread?
Well, technically, yes. Are there any that the Soul Shepherds would approve being done? No.
Oops.
Which leaves us at a bit of an impasse, if you will, since the rest of the captains have no idea where the co-developer of the power source went in what direction, as many of them seem to have gotten far too complacent in the peace that we enjoy, or relative peace for that matter. As it's been a week, and you may have noticed none of them were overly concerned that both he and at least a small squadron are still missing.
Yeah, that did raise some alarms with me, and also I just want to say that regardless of what they think right now, this will get to a point where they don't have a choice and something has to be done. So let's just assume that we're at that phase already and plan for what we're going to do in order to actually attack the problem without needing their permission. What is the solution here? What's the plan? How can we... What are we going to do? Are we going to isolate the corruption and find some way to remove it? Are we going to purify all of it? Are we going to, like, how does it How can we reverse what's been done?
From a logical standpoint, the most efficient way to address the issue would be to completely power off the system.
That sounds like it's risky.
However, it would be very risky. But compared to the risk of the corruption spreading and possibly causing either irreparable damage or worse, causing some of the equipment to explode, which, given by some of the equipment utilized to build these, would be catastrophic to say the least. The risk of completely powering the barrier down is less than that. However, given the risk that it entails, it would never be approved.
Okay, so here's
Unless
the thing.
it could be proved without a shadow of a doubt that it's not going to get better. Which,
Okay.
and the amount of proof that they would want for that is...
I have a different question though. How many of them know fuck all about what happens with your system? How many of them understand it?
From the other divisions?
Anybody that you might have to answer to.
That I would have to answer to. That would be fuck all.
Okay. Then we turn it off and tell them it failed.
It sounds like a big oopsie to me. Oh yeah, no, we were checking it and it failed and then we fixed it. Done.
Right?
Problem with that plan is they would know that that's bullshit.
How?
Because they know how well built the structure is. It is built so that it
They know
can't
how
just
well
outright fail.
it's built to fail without being corrupted.
Right.
Corruption does many things.
They know nothing
It's
about what's
magic.
happening to it now. And neither do we, for that matter. So
Are
we
any
have
of
to
you
deal-
incredibly good at persuasion checks?
I'm okay.
Yanwick!
Let me check. No, not. I'm good at performance, not that great at persuasion. I could give it a shot.
So, I think the next question would be, if this is the plan that we're going with, how are we going to stop a full-scale invasion if there's an organization on the other side of these howlers that is pushing things to come to a head?
I had that question as well.
Fine, we'll do it the slow way.
I mean, you're welcome to just shut the shit down, and if that's what you want to do.
Reboot the shit.
As I said,
Also-
that's the most logical, most sure way of taking care of it. That should still be seen as a last resort, as we don't have enough information about what other forces are at play for the moment. The more prudent option, to at least expand upon our options, would probably be to go to the actual R&D division building, where the rest of the researchers are, and compare notes, see if they have any ideas. There are plenty of researchers there that are incredibly intelligent, and they just aren't as martially gifted. Although we do have plenty of people that are, because who else is going to test everything that we're working on? That's an option. I don't even know why I'm bothering to ask, but Vrel, do you have any kind of idea that might be useful?
No.
Goodness gracious.
Let's go to the pub.
Alcohol.
Berserker's got a berserk.
Drink. Chug. I know how.
I mean, I'm
alcohol
down
works.
to go get some more heads in on this. See if anyone else has anything about it.
Zed wants more head.
If the
Wow.
always more head, give it to me.
Kinda hot.
I can never have enough.
So,
Head right here, lickety split.
Oh,
My article.
the one problem with that is we're about as far from that building as we can possibly be right now.
Okay.
how long will it take to get there?
Do you have any magic-y portals? Seen those before.
Uh,
I know they
That's a
exist.
solid
Um,
question.
About this time,
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
there is.
I know
a
that.
little-
I know that phrase.
There's a little chime from Cher's coat. And the voice of Saiji can be heard. He says, so it looks like it was probably Sector 2B in the fields, which is, a nice 20-minute trek from where you are right now. Only problem is it doesn't seem like there's any of the structures really left. It's all kind of rubble.
Wait, what? What was the chime? Huh?
The nondescript rock that I handed him.
I'm skipping over the nondescript rock. I don't care about that. What did you just say? What about Sector 2B?
Is that where
2B.
Akurai was sent?
I feel like I missed something.
Well, she told you what you missed.
Okay.
Yeah.
She handed Saiji this nondescript item
Mm-hmm.
that is a communication device.
Yeah.
That's what the chime was.
Okay. But you said Sector 2B rubble from what?
From whatever structures were there prior to a week ago.
Okay.
This is a sector that is not in the jurisdiction of the Shepherds, so no one makes regular checks on it. So if an entire section of buildings goes down, someone might notice like 2 or 3 months later, maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Bear will respond to Saiji asking, are there any surveillance? Is there any form of surveillance still intact in the area, or are these images from either before or shortly after it happened?
I'm here.
We
Exist.
still have some light reconnaissance that goes on in that area. But I specifically send some people out there to check on it and see what the hell happened.
How long ago did you send them?
As soon as you left. They went straight there and came straight back.
Did they report any signs of battle?
No, not any battle. But I mean, there's rubble from whatever buildings were there, so obviously something went down.
Big bada boom.
Interesting. Thank you, Saiji.
No problem.
So Cher will look up and address the group and say, so we have another option that's far closer than the research building. Only probably 20-minute walk or so. to the area where Akurai was the general area that he was sent. And we can try to pick up that trail.
All right. Perfect.
Funny enough, Cher, you know that Sector 2B actually is in line with the next line of repeaters. It's in the fields of the host.
Well, then we should probably go take a
Let's
look.
go.
All right.
Couple of dwarves wander by as you're walking out, and they smile and wave at Cher and look at the rest of you with an odd look and continue on towards wherever they live.
Where do they live? That's a good question.
The slums in the area?
Oh,
What are all
Right.
of their names and
Never
backstories?
For
yeah.
fuck's sake.
There's only one that has a name and a backstory, and he's dead.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, he died of
Oin,
old age.
Gloin,
Oh, that's okay. then.
Nori, Dory, Thorin.
The king under the mountain?
So you guys make your way out of the slums, back into the field, and after a sort of relatively nice length of walking, you arrive in mostly an open field, a section of open field. And there is all around very distinct rubble of, not necessarily, I guess rubble is the wrong word, it's wreckage of some wooden structures that have been burned, and it's basically just lumps of charcoal.
Nice
it still on
detritus to
fire?
walk around.
Oh, what did someone what?
Sorry, I heard something about char, and I was like, wait, is it still on fire?
It is not still on fire. It's like lumps of charcoal. But lumps is also a bad word. Like, you've got full-on beams from log cabins that are just charcoal.
So everything's, like, heavily burnt. Like bomb?
So I have a passive investigation of 20. What do I pick up in the area?
So just judging from the structure that is no more, you can look at the pieces and you recognize this as one of the sort of leisure houses that the shepherds have. It's like basically they get workers to go there and make food and prep shit. And they go there on their off time and sit around and shoot the shit and whatnot. It looks like there was some sort of blast, but it doesn't necessarily seem explosive in the way you might normally think about it.
Okay.
More like a wave of fire. But there doesn't appear to be any particular source. It's like really weird.
So someone just summoned a wave of fire, essentially.
Maybe.
Okay.
Because there's no like central location where where the field is burned or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the structure was toppled over and everything is burnt. So, and particularly as you're sort of walking around looking through this wreckage, there is a section of this field that probably no one thought to really look for. But there are definite signs that there was a battle, but it's sort of covered up by grass growth and just like time over the past week. Because really the only thing that indicates that there was a battle is like spilt blood into the ground. But you can tell that it's there. It's not particularly prominent.
Is it blood from a shepherd or is it from a howler?
So just looking at it, you can't necessarily tell. But the best guess, just from like sort of assessing everything and like taking in account the time that has passed and the fact that it's blood soaked right into like soil, you would tend to believe that this is somewhere between a soul shepherd and a howler, which basically is unheard of.
Sarah will scoop some of it up into a little vial and stick it inside her bag of holding. See if she can find anything out.
Have we fed Morph?
Oh my god. You haven't paid any attention
Did Morph like make the trip?
Yes.
Well, Ippo got called away. Maybe there's a god of the Morphs. I don't know.
No.
What is Morph currently masquerading as?
Jacob's backpack?
Did I ask why, his backpack periodically growls?
It gets hungry sometimes.
Okay, sure, why not? I've heard of Stranger Things.
Look, do you have any, like, miscellaneous magic items that you don't need?
or magic junk.
Magic junk works.
I'm pretty sure there's enough mushrooms in here to last me a lifetime, okay?
Look, I
really don't.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
you, man.
She might actually have magic junk for you, though.
Yeah. You gonna turn down magic junk?
That'd be nice, but the mushrooms have magic in them. It's really okay. I'm not.
Okay. I don't know why that popped into my head. I was just like, yeah, don't get too close to it, question mark.
Seems perfectly content where it is right now.
That's funny. Okay, so we can tell there was a battle. There's something fucky about this blood.
Someone did the fucky wucky.
Everything's all burnt. Do we just follow the trail of burnt? Is that like...
Yeah, is there a trail? Like, does it lead anywhere, or is it like centralized to like one little something?
No, I mean, all that you can tell is that there were buildings here and they have burnt down.
Okay.
And they didn't burn down like just in on top of themselves, but they were also kind of scattered, like shoved over.
Hmm. You know you're dyslexic when you tried to write the word topple as tobble.
So at this point, what time would it probably be?
I don't know if we have a time continuity at all, but I imagine it's probably like noon, pushing 1 in the afternoon.
Okay, so there's still plenty of daylight to burn, as the expression goes. So we don't have night in the traditional sense here.
What do you mean?
You'll find out. Don't worry about it.
Wonderful.
Gonna make a weird face.
Callista also makes a weird face, but I like sleeping.
It's not any stranger than a talking backpack.
Okay, you know you got me there.
Yep. Callista accedes with a shrug and a small eye roll.
I like the fact that you and I have called each other multiple times this entire session.
Yeah.
I've called myself Astrid, you've called yourself Callista. Like, we're on a roll.
Keep doing it.
Yes, we'll just...
Even we don't know who we are, don't worry.
One of us has a hammer, the other has an axe. Get out of our way.
Now I'm just thinking about ham axes.
As you all are scouring over this place, kind of, getting your bearings on what you can here, there is suddenly a very loud sound in the middle of this portion of the field, which reminds me I need to change the map. It sounds like somewhere between the tearing of cloth and the tearing of flesh.
Oh! So a little goopy? I'm making a face now. Oh, I didn't like that thought.
And what can only be described as a gateway opens up in that black space.
What is that, like 30 feet? No, further than that. 40-ish feet. About 40 feet away from the group. Okay. Thank you.
I don't have a particularly good token, so I'm just going to use this one.
Are we using the Drake Village again?
No.
Ah. I was still so proud of that, by the way.
The White Mage.
This person dressed in all white steps out.
Hey. We're sure it's a person? Not like a half-rotted person
I mean,
dragon thing?
they look like a person to you.
Then dressed in all. What was that sentence? Dressed in all white. Hello? Boo. Struggling today. Steps. Yeah.
But they're just kind of wearing a very form-fitting, what can only be described as a very white tunic sort of deal, and it almost looks like the tunic itself comes down into like a half robe, where like a trench coat type almost.
Okay.
And then they've got like some white slacks on, and Vrel and Cher, you two immediately clock that the person you're looking at, over their left eye and sort of wrapping around the side of their head to the back, is what very much looks like a Howler mask, but it's just the eye portion, and it just wraps around. Like there's no full mask, no nothing. That just it's that same stark white sort of mask thing going on.
They're already having her pistol out and aimed at this unidentified thing. We'll call out, identify yourself.
They kind of just spend a moment looking around. They're assessing their surroundings.
She'll fire a couple of shots, intentionally missing by only a couple of inches to get its attention. I asked you a question, or gave you a command, whichever. I guess it would be a command, technically.
They look up at you. I go by the name Ilfis.
Can I have that one, please?
ILFYSS.
IFLYSS. Okay.
That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
Burner.
Yeah, they say, I go by Ilfis, and you might be whom?
Travelers from a strange place and time? Question mark.
What?
We're not from around here? Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, well, he wasn't. He's asking Cher.
Well-
Oh.
Someone normally tasked with disposing of things that look remarkably similar to you.
He sort of gives you a look over. I see. You must be a shepherd.
Unfortunately.
That is indeed unfortunate for you.
The rest of us aren't shepherds. What's that mean for us?
You have weapons very similar to shepherds.
Mere coincidence?
Why are you here?
I'm gathering information.
On whose behest?
I think you know the answer to that.
Unfortunately, yes, I believe I do.
Are you gonna tell the rest of us, or do we need to wait until later?
We'll get to that later.
Calista will sigh. Okay.
Is this simply a reconnaissance mission? Or are you here to, let's say, cause trouble?
That's not in the purview of my mission, but I'm not prohibited from it either. I'm simply here to gather the status of a particular experiment left by your predecessor. And it would appear that they have run off.
Uh-huh. You wouldn't happen to have any kind of message from your boss, would you?
No, I don't think he has much to say to shepherds. That being said, he does know about these people who've ended up here. And his eyes kind of scan over the group of you. It seems like two of you are not yet ready.
Why would he take an interest in these people? We get other worlders all the time.
I can't begin to guess why he's interested in these seemingly insignificant pests. But he said he wanted them ready for something.
So what you're telling me is that you're just a standard foot soldier and you don't have any real intelligence that would be interesting to me, let's say.
He gives you a sort of curt grin, and almost faster than even you can see, Cher, he jumps forward and strikes both Yanwick and Jacob unconscious.
What?
Okay, you've demonstrated that you have a semblance of power. That doesn't mean that you're not still just a foot soldier.
That was kind of rude.
He jumps back to his previous position, snaps his fingers, and that tearing sound can be heard again. His portal reopens. He glances over you all once more and says, well, I'm done for today. We'll meet again soon.
Before he steps through the portal, Cher will reach into a pocket somewhere in her robe and pull out just no technological devices, just a coin that this entity's boss would recognize. And she flips it to them and says, deliver that to your boss. He might have something that he's willing to say if he sees that.
He doesn't even turn around, but his hand snaps up and catches it as he walks through and this portal closes.
I immediately go over to my companions and check for pulses and try to make sure that they are okay.
Oh yeah, they're alive. They're just unconscious.
Callista starts shaking Yonwick. Yonwick! Yonwick, wake up!
Does anybody
Fuck's
have a
sake.
marker? Hold on.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Bear reaches into her bag of holding and hands her one and says, "Yep, right here."
And be careful.
Why is your body trapped? I'm gonna turn his head to the side and draw a dick about the size of a quarter just behind his ear, like that white girl tattoo
Oh
placement.
my lord.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna leave it there. Right behind his ear.
Callista's gonna poke Jacob.
Okay, not exactly why I thought you needed a marker, but okay.
I hand it
You
back.
can keep that one. No,
Oh,
you can
thank
keep
you.
that one.
I'll slide this and keep this very safe.
Do we have to flip a coin on who carries whom?
Can
No.
I pick them both up?
Could she?
As a
Hmm.
goblin, wouldn't their hands and feet be dragging the
would
ground
be-
as you
yeah.
carry them?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yes, but
That's how
Want me to
Jacob
roll
walks
something
anyway.
for
I can probably carry either one of
Wow.
them.
I want to try to carry both.
Oh man.
Without waiting for anyone
mean,
to.
I
Discuss.
imagine with the strength score your character has, you could probably carry them both. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just fucking carry slash and drag both of them.
Callista's going to look very concerned and kind of. Well, okay.
So
Both of them are fine. That entity, creature, whatever you want to call it, didn't exude any malevolence in its actions. It was bored almost.
So as we're carrying your two unconscious teammates away and heading either onto another repeater or back to whence you came. Yonwick, you are you are greeted with a scene of a deep forest glade. Trees growing well beyond the normal height of any tree. Very much reminds you of your home.
It's a beautiful place.
And a silhouetted entity drops to the floor, the forest floor in front of you.
How close in front of me?
I'd say probably about 10 feet.
Nice. I take kind of a fighting stance. What's their demeanor?
It's hard to tell since it's a silhouette. They're not giving you a lot of cues that you would normally read. But as they sort of stand up, they assume a similar posture to yours.
Okay.
And they speak and they say, "It seems your reflexes are still sharp."
Do I know you?
No is a strong word.
Your worst enemy.
Have we met before?
We have and we haven't. Have you met you from your dreams.
Sounds like some sort of like cryptic do you know yourself type of thing.
Can you shake hands with the man in the mirror?
Oh boy.
It's getting deep, bro. Sorry. I'm sorry.
What is it that you seek?
Right now, revenge.
Revenge for your death.
Yes.
What lengths are you willing to go to get your revenge?
I've already died. I will go as far as it takes to take my revenge on those that have wronged not only me, but my guild, my clan. I fight for their honor as much as mine.
Excellent. And without another word, they spring forward at you faster than you can react, and you are shoved back to consciousness, being carried by this small goblin, with your weapon's name in your mind.
Hey,
Ah,
let me
Oh,
go. I
hello.
can walk.
hey, you're finally awake.
Oh god damn it!
Damn.
You got
Just holding on to that probably for hours. I want to carry them because I have this line in mind. Yeah, that guy nearly bored me to death.
So, you should now have a permanent disadvantage against anything draconic in nature.
What?
For the Skyrim joke.
Oh, yeah.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Until I took an arrow to the knee. Jacob. While you are unconscious, you are greeted with a field of crops. Much like home. But there is no farmhouse, no ma. But as you sort of stand in the middle of this field and look around, rustling through the plants and stepping up towards you is a silhouette that very much reminds you of your brother. The stature's the same, the posture's the same. And where their head should be, they sort of look you up and down, and they say, well, you're not still farming here, are you?
Jacob?
Uh-oh.
What?
There we go.
Your spirit man is talking to you.
I'm sorry. Spirit man, what now?
Oh boy, he didn't hear any of that, did he?
No, I didn't. You're having your weapon awakening, and a spiritual outline, like a silhouette of your brother, is talking to you outside of the fields by your house, I guess, but it's empty.
It's fields of crops that remind you of
sorry.
home.
Ah, okay.
But there's no farmhouse.
And he lightly backhands you for not paying attention.
Little brother, what are you doing?
No. But yeah, this silhouette that reminds you very much of your brother has approached you and says to you, "You're not still farming here, are you?"
No.
Well, that's good. What are you doing?
I kind of blink and look around. I'm not terribly sure at the moment. What are you doing here?
Well, I mean, I've always been here, technically. But I don't think I am who you think I am.
Is that right? Who are you then?
I am me. I'm here for you. We got some business to take care of, as far as I understand it.
Sorry, bear with me. My mouse has completely stopped responding, so I can't get my computer to work.
Womp womp.
Oh no!
Oof.
Okay, so we. Okay, alright, got that working again. Okay. So someone that appears to look like my brother is talking to me and telling me we've got stuff to do.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, let's get to it then.
Well, you see,
Demi, stop! I'm trying to avoid it!
What?
Let's get
What
down
now?
to business.
Oh, Lord. It's not even the same setting. This is like some country bumpkins in a farm field.
I
What the fuck?
know!
To be fair, a lot of the conscripts before they got there would have fit that mold.
Yeah. Jacob, are you gonna defeat the Huns?
Oh God.
I'm sorry. It's Demi's fault this time.
So he says, "Well, I got a couple questions for you. Well, maybe a couple, depending on your answers.
Okay.
Where is it you want to go in life in general?"
Jacob's gaze kind of drifts downward as he takes a couple seconds to think. Honestly, I just want to find you and get back to Mama. That's all I really want.
What lengths are you willing to go to achieve that goal?
Well, I'm already dead and still doing it, so I'd say I'd go to just about any length.
Yeah, I think that's about right. And this silhouette produces a silhouetted rifle and fires a single shot, and you return to consciousness with your weapon's name in your head, whatever that may be. Whether the one I sent you or something else.
I'm annoyed because I had actually thought of something at some point, but I don't remember what it was. So I'm just gonna go with the thing you.
This
one
is
you
why you
texted.
write it down.
Yeah. So I kind of like jolt awake and look around. I guess look to see if the rest of the party happens to be nearby.
Well, you're being carried
You're being
by
carried
Vrel.
by Vrel.
Oh, ah!
Now they're both awake.
Can you
Are-
put me down?
I'll drop him.
Ah, pff,
I mean, you were mostly on the ground anyways.
Yeah, you didn't
mean,
fall very far. You were
kinda.
already touching the dirt.
oh,
I smell marker. Does anyone else smell marker?
Nope. Nope,
You know,
not
my
out
eyes
here.
will get
Just
big,
smell
I'll have a
nature.
realization. I'll pull out my dagger and look at my reflection on either side of my cheek. I'll put my dagger back.
What's a marker?
You're lucky there's no dicks on my face.
As I said, they're both fine. But we should probably go somewhere other than here to
Yes.
have a bit of a conversation, as I'm sure you all have some questions about what just happened.
I mean, I think that would be putting it lightly.
And this is far from an ideal location to have that kind of discussion.
out in the middle of a dirt road? Yeah, probably less than ideal.
Yeah, so I assume we are heading back to the R&D division, or do we want to go? Either we can continue with the repeaters if you feel it's necessary. We can go back to the R&D division to sort of pool everyone's findings and inform them of new things, or you can go, I guess, straight to the shepherds and inform them of the things that have happened.
I think the R&D place, personally.
Or we can go back to the area where the dwarves are, since with my background, they're always happy to provide a space for me whenever I need it, and that will be far removed from any prying eyes or ears.
All right.
And as that is probably the closest, I'd say it's not a bad idea, and Vril can get some alcohol.
Yeah. Glug glug.
But as this is not a solo venture, I will not dictate where we go. I will advise that now would not be a good time to go back to the shepherds.
Not even the R&D department?
We could go there. That's
Knowledge.
just a bit of a longer walk.
I think that's probably pertinent.
I mean, we do need to go there eventually.
At this point, not necessarily. But there is lodging available there, and given that that is under my purview, we wouldn't have to worry about anyone wandering through, hearing
then-
anything we wouldn't want them to.
Let's go there then.
I like that.
Sounds like a plan then.
All right, then we start heading to where that is, which is however far away.
Sorry, did we say R&D or doors?
R&D.
R&D.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fairly far away, but it's mostly irrelevant because we're just gonna probably start next session there. Because it's about time we end this.
It is.
It's getting close.
And by that, Jacob means he's already halfway fallen asleep 3 times.
True.
Only
Very true.
once.
Only one.
Mhm.
All right, everybody.
Okay.
Next week then?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'll find out about the mysterious men in wait.
Now that everybody's got our
Maybe.
weapons awakened, somebody wants to talk to us. Oof. Goodness gracious. Although who
Well,
this somebody is, I have no idea.
They might want to talk to us now, but we have to wait and find out.
At some point in the future. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna end my stream. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Alright. Same for me. Gonna have a sleepy wrap up and figure everything out. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Thanks for listening along. You can catch up if you want to find out what's happened in this story up until now. My YouTube has every episode except for one. When YouTube did something stupid because of security reasons and Twitch was like, nope, yoinked all your permissions. You're not allowed to export things. And I was too lazy to download the whole thing and upload it manually, so it got lost in the ethers of time. It is available on Irish's YouTube, though, which I should link in my stuff. But yes. Anyway, take care, everybody. Have a great night. And we'll be back next week with some more D&D.